In this tutorial, I'm going to discuss the internal metadata or object model of the custom shapes. You can see the object model of the custom shapes when I hover over the objects, and they're in that yellow square. And to access this, you can select the state and say Edit Data. One really interesting feature of Draw.io is it allows you to build up your custom object as you want to. So for example, with the start state, its object type is start state, and it's in this, I'm giving it a name called legend start, and it's in this module legend. You could add other properties if you wanted, or you could delete these. If you delete them, of course, the later software won't work. So be careful if you delete an object key or value. The data associated with a prompt is, of course, the object type is prompt state, and the name of this one is good. It's in the legend. The name of the prompt associated with this prompt state is good, and the text is that's good. You can have as many different prompt names and prompt text as you want associated with a prompt state. Just you could have prompt 2 name and prompt 2 text, prompt 3 name, prompt 3 text, etc. For a grammar state, you give it, of course, the object type is grammar state. The name of this particular one is how's it. You can have as many grammars associated with the grammar state as you like, and as many prompts, again, associated. The values on the arcs are the semantic intent associated with the user's response. So if somebody is saying, are you feeling okay? If they said yes, we'd go this way. If they say no, we go this way. A computational state has the text inside of the computational state actually does the assignment of the value to the variable. And we'll see that in more detail later. In a decision state, we have to say what the name of the variable is that we're interested in. And where you go out of it is depending upon the value of that variable. So in this case, if the variable named feelings was good, we'd go this way. If it was set to bad, we'd go this way. Stop states, if there is no place to go, if there's no return state here, if it's just stop, this is where the application ends. If there's a return as the label, then the flow of control will return to the state that called the subroutine. And this is where you define a subroutine. These are the grammars, and I'll get into the details about the types of grammars in a separate tutorial. But there's currently 2 types. There's a very simple list grammar where we list out the words associated with a semantic intent, and a digits grammar. We look forward to creating more as we go. The global behavior is where we can specify things like default no input prompts, no match prompts, where we go globally if there's a give up, that is if we had more than 2 or 3 errors at a state, where the application goes globally if somebody says start over or says goodbye. There's databases, and you can initialize the database, the initDB functions are read in by the code at startup, and then the access is, these functions are when you actually need to look something up with some dynamic data, you use the access function. And then finally, the Python state is any random Python that you want to execute. So for example, if you had an application that says turn out the lights, you need some code that would actually go off and turn out the lights, and that you can implement with the Python state. So this is the object model associated with these, and you can export your design that you've created by doing File, Export As, and when you export to XML, and make sure that you don't choose compressed. You want the full XML file exported. We can call this one 2.35. If you want to, you could look at that exported code. You can open it with Chrome. And this is the XML file that represents that design. And the later parts of the VUI toolkit read in this XML file and operate on it. So for example, you can see here's the question, are you feeling okay? This is a grammar state. The name of it is how's it? It's got the grammar 1 name is YNQ, the grammar 2 name is global, the prompt 1 name is how's it? The prompt 1 text is are you feeling okay, etc. So this is the object that we created in the GUI, and now this XML file has been exported. And you'll see in later tutorials how this can be read in and all kinds of interesting things done with it later on. Thank you.